Studies revealed that a surprising number of people genuinely believe arrogance equates to intelligence. Let's explore 6 more shocking signs of foolishness infused with Stoic insights so you can decode the people around you and maybe even yourself. Let's dive in. Sign 1. The closed mind, the fortress of ignorance. Let's kick things off with a classic, the closed mind. This isn't just about disagreeing with someone, it's about a complete refusal to even consider another perspective. Think of it as a fortress of ignorance, built brick by brick with fear, pride, and stubbornness. These folks cling to the familiar, viewing anything different as a threat to their carefully constructed reality. They're so convinced they have all the answers that they shut themselves off from any possibility of learning or growth. It's like living in a box where everything must operate according to their familiar rules, and anything outside those rules is automatically deemed wrong or dangerous. They've built walls around their beliefs, and they're not letting anyone in, not even new ideas. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not like that. I'm open-minded. But here's the thing, a closed mind can be subtle. It can creep in disguised as being practical or knowing what's best. We've all been there, haven't we? Someone suggests a new approach at work, and our first instinct is to say, nope, that won't work. We've always done it this way. But what if that new approach could work? What if it could actually be better? By immediately shutting it down, we're not just rejecting the idea, we're rejecting the possibility of progress. We're closing the door on innovation, on improvement, on a better way of doing things. Think about John, the department manager. He was so attached to the old ways of doing things that he refused to even try new project management software. His team fell behind, and he blamed everyone but himself. His closed mind didn't just hurt his own career, it impacted the whole team. It created a stagnant environment where innovation was stifled and potential was wasted. It's a classic example of how one person's closed-mindedness can have a ripple effect, impacting everyone around them. And it's not just about big decisions like software. It can be the small things too, like refusing to try a new restaurant or dismissing a friend's suggestion for a weekend activity. These seemingly small acts can add up to a pattern of resistance to anything new, ultimately limiting our own experiences and growth. What opportunities have you missed because you were too stuck in your ways? Wise people, on the other hand, are always open to learning. They understand that the world is constantly evolving, and if they want to stay relevant, they need to adapt. They know they don't have all the answers, and they're not afraid to admit it. Stoicism reminds us that wisdom is about adapting and improving, not always being right. It's about having the humility to acknowledge our limitations and the courage to seek out new knowledge. So next time you feel your defenses going up, take a breath and ask yourself, consider whether you are truly listening or simply waiting for your turn to speak, and whether you are open to the possibility of being wrong or merely clinging to preconceived notions. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye, but we'll get to that later. Sign 2, the blame game, shifting the responsibility. These individuals are masters of deflection. Nothing is ever their fault. A missed deadline, the marketing team messed up, a failed project, the economy tanked. It's always someone or something else's fault. They're like Teflon. Nothing sticks. They have a whole arsenal of excuses ready to deploy at a moment's notice. They're quick to point fingers, but slow to take responsibility. It's a carefully crafted performance designed to protect their fragile ego. It's a delicate dance of dodging accountability, a constant shifting of the blame spotlight. They're the masters of "it wasn't me," even when the evidence is stacked against them. But here's the thing, blaming is a prison. It keeps these people stuck in their mistakes, preventing any real growth. They never learn from their errors because they never acknowledge them. They're so busy pointing fingers that they never look inward to see what they could have done differently. It's a self-defeating cycle that keeps them trapped in a pattern of failure, and it often stems from a deep-seated insecurity. They're so afraid of being seen as flawed that they'd rather blame anyone else. This constant externalization of blame creates a barrier to self-awareness, hindering any chance for improvement. It's a shield, yes, but a shield that ultimately imprisons the wielder. Consider Sky, the event organizer. When her conference flopped, she immediately pointed fingers at her colleagues. But the truth was, she had failed to send out the event details on time, sabotaging the entire marketing campaign. Even when confronted with the facts, she continued to make excuses. Her inability to take responsibility not only damaged her reputation, but also cost her her job. It's a harsh lesson, but a valuable one. Taking responsibility is essential for growth. It's about owning our mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward. It's about recognizing that we are not perfect, that we all make mistakes, and that those mistakes are opportunities for growth, not signs of failure. Sign 3, arrogance over humility, the echo chamber of self. Then we have arrogance. These are the people who always have to be the smartest person in the room. They dominate conversations, interrupt others, and generally make it clear that their opinions are the only ones that matter. They often dismiss other people's ideas without even considering them, convinced that their own way is the only right way. They see themselves as experts in everything, even when they're clearly out of their depth. They're the kind of people who will tell you how to do your job, even if they have no experience in your field. But arrogance is just a mask for insecurity. It's a way of compensating for a lack of genuine confidence. Truly intelligent people listen more than they speak. They know that learning is a lifelong journey and that there's always more to learn. They're not afraid to admit when they don't know something. They understand that humility is a strength, not a weakness. It's about recognizing that we're all on a journey of learning and growth, and that no one has all the answers. Think about Paul, the manager who thought his ideas were too brilliant for his team to understand. His arrogance blinded him to the real problem, his own inability to listen. He was so busy trying to impress everyone with his supposed brilliance that he failed to see the value in his team's input. And surprise, surprise, his projects consistently flopped. Was he so focused on being right that he missed out on the opportunity to actually get it right? Sign 4, the empathy deficit, walking in another's shoes. Now let's talk about a crucial quality that often gets overlooked. Empathy. A lack of empathy is a significant indicator of foolishness. These individuals can't seem to grasp that other people have feelings, experiences, and perspectives that are different from their own. They're so wrapped up in their own world that they fail to see the humanity in others. They struggle to connect with others on a deeper level, often causing unintentional harm. They might say insensitive things without realizing how hurtful they are, or they might dismiss other people's feelings as being overly dramatic or irrational. They just don't get it. Charles, the colleague who criticized Kathy for missing a deadline while her son was in the hospital, exemplifies this lack of empathy. His insensitivity not only made him appear cold, but also prevented a valuable human connection. He was so fixated on his own expectations that he completely disregarded Kathy's difficult personal circumstances. He viewed her as a mere functionary, not as a person facing a crisis. This starkly illustrates how a lack of empathy can dehumanize interactions and damage relationships. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of connecting with others. It teaches us that we are all part of a larger community and that our well-being is intertwined with the well-being of others. Empathy isn't weakness. It's a bridge to wisdom and humanity. It allows us to understand and connect with others on a deeper level, fostering compassion and understanding. When you truly listen to someone, you not only help them, but you also learn and grow yourself. It expands your perspective and enriches your understanding of the human experience. Sign 5, fear of change, embracing the inevitable. Another factor is the fear of change. These folks cling to the familiar, even when it's no longer serving them. They're afraid to step outside their comfort zone, preferring the perceived safety of the known, even if it's stagnant and unfulfilling. They're like children afraid of the dark, hesitant to venture into the unknown. But life is a river, constantly flowing and changing. It's a dynamic process of growth, adaptation, and transformation. Resisting change is like trying to hold back the tide. It's futile and ultimately exhausting. It's a battle against the inevitable, a struggle that drains energy and prevents progress. The world keeps moving, evolving, and those who resist are left behind, clinging to a past that no longer exists. From closed minds to constant talkers, these behaviors point to a lack of self-awareness, empathy, and a growth mindset. Trying to recognize these tendencies in ourselves and others fosters understanding, not judgment. We all have our moments. The key is self-improvement. Stoicism offers a valuable path, emphasizing reason, virtue, and living in harmony. Share which signs resonate most in the comments below. Let's learn and grow together. Like and subscribe for more on Stoicism and personal development.